You guys saw the title. Today we're finally going over our most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. We've been meaning to do this video for so long and a lot of you guys have asked us to do it. We finally put together a list of some of our most anticipated releases, so we're gonna go over them today. There are a lot of good books coming out.
We did put these in order of release date. So first up we have We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. This is the same author that wrote Pretty Girls and I did enjoy that one. So this is the first book in a new mystery series. It's one of those where two teenage girls vanish and the town ignites. For Officer Emmy Clifton, it's personal. She turned away when her best friend's daughter needed help and now she must bring her home. That's sad. But as Emmy combs through the puzzle the girls left behind, she realizes she never really knew them. Nobody did. Every teenage girl has her secrets, but who would kill for them and what else is the town hiding? That sounds very, very good.
Next one we have is Five Found Dead by Celery Gentle, and this one comes out August 19th. This is another mystery thriller and it sounds so good because I've really been into the locked room mysteries, and this one takes place on a train. It just says this is going to be a heart-pounding ride filled with intrigue, suspense, and literary charm. Perfect for fans of twisty mysteries and books about books. I loved Murder on the Orient Express and things like that, so I'm thinking it's going to be pretty similar to that, but it'll be my first book by this author and I'm really excited for it. Another huge release for this year is Calabasas by R.F. Kuang. This comes out August 26th, and I mean, I think everyone's anticipating this. The only R.F. Kuang book that I've read is The Poppy War, and it was absolutely insane, so I can't imagine this being any less fantastic. This is giving dark academia and rivalry. It says two graduate students must set aside their rivalry and journey to hell to save their professor's soul.
Oh my.
I know, that's a lot. This just sounds super incredible. I know everyone's going to be reading it this year. I have some R.F. Kuang books that I have yet to read, but I think if there's one that I would start with, this one sounds like it would be the one.
That was pretty much it for August. Now September is fully packed with so many new releases. Up first we have Fearful by Lauren Roberts. This seems like it's gonna be a novella because it says book 3.5 in the Powerless trilogy. This person said the silence is over, Kit's side of the story is here, the villain is finally getting his voice. I really liked the first two books. I haven't read the third one yet, but it's gonna be exciting. Everyone's gonna be talking about these characters again.
So also on September 2nd, Burn Bright by Krista and Becca Ritchie is coming out, which is going to be the first book in this Colbat empire. If you read the Addicted/Calloway Sisters series, you got to meet Connor Colbat, and basically this new series is going to be about his kids.
So cute.
So that's insane. What's crazy is this Colbat empire is 7 kids. So in this first book we're following Ben. He's a third draft pick for the NHL, so it's going to be a little bit of a hockey romance, which will be interesting coming from Kristen Becca Ritchie. It looks like our love interest is a punk rock girl with a troubled past, and it says this is going to be a new adult romance series about legacy, loyalty, and love. I think this is so fun. So if you really enjoyed the Addicted/Calloway Sisters series, you're going to have a whole new series to read, and I'm assuming this is just going to be one of the first series because there's so many different couples.
They could do a lot.
They could do a lot. Next book we have is Hot Wax by ML Rio. This is coming out September 9th, and the only thing I read by ML Rio is If We Were Villains, and I absolutely loved that book. This says it's going to be a vivid and immersive tale of one woman's reckless mission to make sense of the events that shattered her childhood. It looks like it's just going to be a story about rock bands, complicated relationships, coming of age, and looking back on a horrific event that happened. So I think it could be very good. I love the cover, and I've honestly just been wanting to read more by this author since If We Were Villains, so I'm excited for this one.
The next one we have is Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. This one comes out September 9th. You've read a few books by this author. Let's talk about them. You read Such Sharp Teeth and So Thirsty. You liked both of those, right? Did you read Black Sheep? Well, this one sounds insane. It says a woman must confront the demons of her past when she attempts to fix up her childhood home. And this devilishly clever take on the haunted house novel. Cleo grew up in a haunted house. Her mother Alex moved Cleo and her sister into a house occupied by a demon, or so Alex claimed. That's not what Cleo's sister remembers or what the courts determined when they stripped Alex of custody after she went off the deep end, but Alex was insistent. She even wrote a book about her experience in the house. The supposedly possessed house passes on to Cleo and her sisters. Where her sisters see childhood trauma, Cleo sees an opportunity for house flipping content. Only as the home makeover process begins, Cleo discovers there might be some truth to her mother's claims. As memories resurface and Cleo finally reads her mother's book, the presence in the house becomes more real and more sinister, revealing ugly truths that threaten to shake Cleo's beautiful life to its very foundation. I feel like that sounds sounds so freaking good.
It does.
And the way she's like finally gonna read her mom's book while she's like back in the house and trying to renovate it. Crazy.
That's gonna be a good one for the fall.
For everyone who loves Elsie Silver, the 4th book in the Rose Hill series is coming out. It's called Wild Card. The cover is so cute. It comes out September 9th. We have a fire pilot.
A fire pilot?
That's interesting, huh?
What is a fire pilot? A fighter pilot?
Sebastian hot as hell fire pilot who is too damn good with his hands. It's the perfect combination, but unfortunately for me, he's also my ex-boyfriend's dad.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Crazy.
No, ma'am. That's insane.
The mutual longing is borderline unbearable, and the simmering heat between us is downright palpable. We both know there are rules when it comes to situations like this, but then again, following the rules has never been my strong suit. Y'all are crazy.
That is insane. Is that what y'all are reading in that series? Next book we have is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. And it says this comes out September 2nd, but I've also seen September 11th. So sometime in September, this book is dropping, but this is going to be a prequel to the Letters of Enchantment series. So if you've read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows with us in our book club, this is basically just going to be a prequel to that, which I think is really interesting. While we didn't necessarily love that duet, we loved the writing. So maybe a prequel we'd actually enjoy a little bit more, but if you love the series, this would be a great addition to the duet.
So the next one is The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand and Shelby Cunningham, which is actually Ellen Hildebrand's daughter. So they co-wrote the book together, which is so cute. It comes out September 16th, and this is going to be the first book that Ellen Hildebrand kind of steps away from the whole Nantucket storyline, and it's going to be following Shelby, who is going to have a drama-filled year at a New England boarding school. So sounds really interesting. I think it'll be perfect for fall.
I love boarding schools.
I'm sure it'll be very good.
Up next, we have Alchemized by Sinlin Yu, and this is my most anticipated release of the year. It's set to come out September 23rd. This is the reworked and published version of Manacled, and I think I binged that book in like 1 or 2 days.
And that's a thick book.
It was thick, so much happened, and I cannot wait to see like everything that she changed in this published version. But this is the only book I think on this list that the day it drops, I am bringing myself to the store to purchase this book, and I plan to read it that day. I'm just so excited. I want Amanda to read it because she did not read Manacled since she's not super into the Harry Potter universe. So just having like your fresh opinion on the book as a whole, and then we'll also have me like comparing it to the original, I think it's just going to be super fun and interesting. Please let me know in the comments if you read Manacled, your thoughts on it, and then if you haven't read it but you plan on reading Alchemized.
The next one we have is Road Trip with a Vampire by Jenna Levine. This is the 3rd book in the My Vampire series. I really enjoyed the first 2, My Roommate is a Vampire and My Vampire Plus One. There's something just so perfect and lighthearted about them. They're just like an easy palate cleanser read. There's so many Taylor Swift references, just things like that. The cover is so cute too. She just knows what she's doing. This comes out September 23rd. A vampire who can't remember his past and a witch with secrets of her own hit the road in this zany cross-country romantic comedy from beloved author of Jenna Levine. That sounds really good already. Perfect cozy read.
Like a vampire road trip.
Yeah, with a witch.
That's fun.
So cute.
Okay, also on September 23rd, big day for books I guess, we have Taurus Season by Brynn Weaver coming out, and this is actually the first book in a new trilogy of hers. It's going to be called The Seasons of Carnage. It does look like it's going to be another serial killer romance series, and this one specifically says it's going to be darkly funny, a slow burn enemies to lovers romance where destruction and desire are balanced on the edge of a blade, and where all love is the most dangerous battleground of all. With the Ruminous Love trilogy, I didn't love the first book. I liked the second book more, but I didn't read the third one. So I wonder if this one would be a little bit different and if I would enjoy it more.
Next we have Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. This comes out September 30th. I loved Better Than the Movies by this author. Childhood sweethearts reunite in a hockey-loving town where romance is about to heat up the ice. It says Danny and Alec were inseparable as kids until Danny moved away, and years later Danny is back in Minnesota and excited to reconnect with the nerdy and comforting Alec. But teenage Alec is nothing like the boy she remembers. He's the hockey star in town where hockey players are worshipped as gods, and he loves it. The bottom says this is a swoony boy next door fake dating romance. It sounds like childhood friends to lovers, or no, childhood lovers to lovers again, maybe? I don't know. Sounds really good. Love her writing. Another perfect author for just like easy palate cleansing reads.
Also on September 30th, Grimm and Oro by Alex Astor is coming out, and this is actually such a fun novel. It says it's going to be 2 brand new romantasy novellas bound into one deluxe novel-length volume. This is going to be written from the perspectives of Grimm and Oro. The first novella is going to be told from Grimm's POV, and it's going to give readers insight to his past, and then the second is narrated by Oro and offers a window into his complex identity. So if you have read the Literal series, we're gonna get a little novella from each of these people. I really liked these 2 characters. I would love to learn more about them. I love the fact that both of these novellas are gonna be in one because the design for it I think is so beautiful. I know that they're supposed to be doing a Light movie, right? But I haven't heard any updates on that. So I'd be very interested in seeing the adaptation, but I love that we're getting little novellas.
I need to read that one already.
Yeah.
So Frida McFadden has a new book coming out on October 7th, and it's called The Intruder. What's crazy is I've read a few Frida McFadden books, and the only ones that I really liked was the Housemaid series, and I have yet to find another one of her books where I actually like it as much as that series. Casey's cabin in the wilderness is not built for a hurricane. Her roof shakes, the lights flicker, and the tree outside her front door is always ominously in the wind. But she's a lot more worried about the girl she discovers lurking outside her kitchen window. She's young, she's alone, and she's covered in blood.
I'm not letting her in.
The girl won't explain where she came from or loosen her grip on the knife in her right hand. And when Casey makes a disturbing discovery in the middle of the night, things take a turn for the worst. The girl has a dark secret, one she'll kill to keep. And if Casey gets too close to the truth, she may not live to see the morning. This sounds pretty good. This sounds kind of different than anything Frida McFadden has written so far.
The next one we have is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, also on October 7th. Although I did not enjoy the Caraval series, this says it's her adult debut novel, so I would be interested in reading that. It says it starts with a class in an old movie theater. Most students believe the professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic is real. When she tracks down a local legend named the Watchman, who can supposedly tell you when you'll die, the world finally makes sense. I myself would seek out someone that could tell me how I would die. Her writing in the YA books, at least, were a little bit predictable, so I'm hoping with like an adult novel she takes away some of that like foreshadowing. But yeah, it does sound good, and if you do love Stephanie Garber, I'm sure like you would love this new series.
Alright, the next one we have is Mate by Allie Hazelwood. This is coming out October 7th. Actually says a human hybrid and alpha wereclaw against the bonds of fate, in the highly anticipated companion novel. So I thought it was going to be an extension of book 1, but seems like we're getting a whole new different story, which is also fun. Power hungry vampires and wares are not the only threats chasing Serena. Sooner or later her past is bound to catch up with her, and Cohen might be the only thing standing between her and total annihilation.
I wonder how it's a companion novel. It has to be someone from Bride.
And I read it so long ago that none of these names are ringing a bell to me right now, so
gotcha. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay, so that was it for October. Now moving into November. On November 4th, we have a new Adrienne Young book. This is going to be called Fallen City, and I'm so excited for it. This is another new duology from Miss Adrienne Young. It's going to be the Fallen City duology, and it says political turmoil ignites a rebellion 100 years in the making. The bottom says as their fates diverge, they learn they're at the center of a story that the gods are writing, and even if they could find their way back to each other, there may be nothing left. I don't want to read too much about the plot, but I know that I love Adrienne Young's writing, so anything she releases, I feel like I'm gonna pick up and read. I think I only have one more book to read by her, and then after that, I'll be like caught up, and then I'll be excited for this release in November.
The last book we have is Brimstone by Callie Hart. This comes out November 18th, and this is the second book in the Fae and Alchemy series, and I guess we're living under a rock because we haven't read Quicksilver yet, but everybody loved it. Like, why does it have a 4.35 on Goodreads with over 500,000 ratings?
That's insane. I remember everyone talking about it earlier this year. Like, people are obsessed with it and are so excited for the next book to come out, so we're just super late and we need to read Quicksilver before this new one comes out.
Do you have it?
No.
Oh, that's surprising.
We might have to go to the store and pick it up though, because I know when this releases I'm gonna feel left out because everyone's gonna be talking about the new one.
I mean, we can't even read anything about it because I don't want to.
No, read a little bit of Quicksilver.
Okay, let's see what what Quicksilver is about. Do not touch the sword, do not turn the key, do not open the gate. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. 24-year-old Ceres is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange power she possesses or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. Okay, so powerless. But a secret is like a knot. Sooner or later, it is bound to come undone. When Ceres comes face to face with death himself, she reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow.
Gosh, this is a lot.
The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real, and Ceres has landed herself in the middle of a century-long conflict that might just get her killed. His past is murky, his attitude stinks, and he's the only way Ceres is going to make it home.
Okay, so this is essentially Powerless and ACOTAR put in one.
Okay, there you go.
That's what I'm getting from the summary, at least.
It does sound really good, though.
But I mean, the reviews are insane, so it's gotta be good. I myself cannot pick up a fantasy just quite yet. I feel like I'm still stuck at the restaurant that is Throne of Glass, so I have yet to move on. But I know I need to, because apparently I have to read the Crescent City series before ACOTAR 6 comes out.
That's a lot of reading.
I know. So this one I might have to put on the back burner, but I know when the second book comes out and everyone's talking about it, I'm gonna want to read it.
We'll have FOMO for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the books that we put together for this list. There are so many more releases though. We just wanted to kind of narrow it down so we're not sitting here talking for over an hour. But there's so many amazing books coming out. If there's any that we didn't go over today that you're super excited for, please let us know what it is in the comments. We would love to add it on to our TBR. I'm really excited we finally did this video though, because I feel super ready to read like some of the new releases that are coming out.
Now I'm hoping Book of the Month or Aardvark will have a fraction of these books.
Me too. That's pretty much it for today's video though. So thank you guys so much for watching. It was super fun putting this list together. If you're not already a part of our Literal Besties book club, make sure to join. This month we are reading The Compound and it is so good so far. So I will leave that link in the description. Other than that, just make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time. I'm not opening the door for that little child. I'm just
and you
calling
already
the
have a
cops.
knife in your hand?
Yeah, no.
And blood?
I'm just letting the authorities take care of
They're
that.
gonna be like, we can't go because it's a hurricane, so.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she could defend herself, so.